Hi, and welcome to Spotlight on Bennington. I'm John Shannahan, the Downtown Director of the Better Bennington Corporation, and thanks for joining us for the August edition of our show. We have a great show this month, and we have 2 interviews in the same building. And we promised you in the past that we would take you to some places that you might not have seen or might not ever have a chance to see in the future. This month we are at Grace Christian School up on Kosher Drive, and our first guest is Joyce Lloyd, the administrator of Grace Christian.
Hi, John.
Hi, thanks for letting us come into the school
You're
and for joining us
welcome.
today.
Yeah.
We started taking a quick look around the school, and before we take the camera around, because we're going to give you a tour, we'll say right up front, it's summertime, there's no students. It's when you get all the work done, so there's some places that are torn apart.
Right.
Okay.
Cleaning the carpets.
Yeah, and it shows, and it's
Yes.
a beautiful property, and you really should just stop by to see it. But what we show you today is Joyce has let us in right in the middle of all the work. And I've seen it during the school year. It's really a spectacular facility.
Thank you.
So I can't wait to look around and let everybody see what it looks like
Yeah,
in here.
we're very blessed.
Well, absolutely. And we're going to start off, Joyce, if you could give us a quick little history of how Grace started. I know
Okay.
it was kind of a grassroots
Sure, yep.
local thing, but
Grace Christian School started by a group of parents that just wanted the option of a Christian education for their children. And they started in 1997 with just 35 children, K through 5. And then they added a grade a year. So since 2005, we've been graduating seniors every year. So that's been exciting. So just really, it was a group of parents that wanted a non-denominational school for their children, a nurturing, kind place where they could learn and be safe. And I've been fortunate to have both my children graduate from here too, which has been wonderful. But it's been fun to see all the kids come and go throughout the years.
yeah, not quite a few kids too, because the years are starting to pile up.
Right.
Now, you didn't start in this building.
Right. In 1997, we started at Green Mountain Christian Center up on Harwood Hill. But believe it or not, the building wasn't ready in September when school started, so we actually started in the basement of the Christian Missionary Alliance Church on Crescent Boulevard.
Yeah.
And then over Christmas break, all my dedicated teachers packed their things up and moved over to Green Mountain Christian Center. We were there for just a few years, and then we moved into this building October 18th, 1999, right before Y2K. So,
Oh,
as you know, it was a former Ramada Inn. So we figured that if everything went wrong, we had pillows and blankets and all that you would need to spend the rest of your life here and never have to worry about
We're all
leaving the
set.
building.
There was a quick Ramada Inn story during that blizzard of, October 4th snowstorm?
Oh, right.
The place had about 1,000 people here.
Oh, my
Pillows,
goodness.
using curtains and bedspreads as blankets.
I believe it.
So it does work as a shelter.
Yeah.
So that's the history of Grace Christian School, and it's still here and still doing well. And you can tell, aside from the blessing that we received in Bennington, the growth of the school
Right.
is sure a sign of its health.
Right. Last year we had 165 students, preschool through 12th grade, and we were thrilled to be growing our international student body with a number of Korean students. This year we have South Korean students plus a student from Germany planning on coming.
Oh, okay. And you said
Yeah.
there's like 4 or
Yeah, at least 5.
five?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
that's
hoping for at least
fantastic.
5. Yeah.
And what was the size of this incoming year so far? I know it's still
Right,
early in the
it's
summer.
probably, we're hoping to, get near to where we were last year, over 150 students, yeah, altogether.
And now the building is 4 stories, but you
Right.
occupy.
The first 2 floors. There's common area, which we'll see, and then there's the whole bedroom tower. When we first started, we only had the first floor developed, and then little by little, we started working on the second floor, and now we occupy those 2 floors, except there's one room on the end that's not done yet. But we've been really thankful to have mission teams come from the south. And the first year they came, they were working on the Capstone Church in North Bennington. And they said, well, we'd love to stay and sleep in your rooms and put our air mattresses up, but I told them that there were no showers. So they said, well, we'll put them in for you. So the first
Good
year,
deal.
they worked on the Capstone Church, but also put showers in our locker rooms. And so little by little, we're able to complete the facility and excited about the new potential, which I hear you're going to be sharing about too today.
Yeah, later on. Can't wait to get to the top 2 floors.
Yep.
And you brought up the Capstone, the folks that would come.
Right.
That I got to meet a lot of them because
Yeah.
not only were they talented in construction,
Yeah.
there were also a lot of performers. And while they were in town, they did a lot of performances
Music.
down on Main Street.
Yeah.
You probably might have remember seeing them both under the tent and on the corner at the Verizon store, the old Putnam Hotel. So that's the size of the class incoming.
Right.
And I know you can go up to 12th grade, and I misspoke when I said pre-K. You said it's
Right,
preschool.
actually preschool. We have a preschool program part-time for 3- and 4-year-olds. And then pre-K is for 4-year-olds and early 5s that need an extra year before kindergarten. And then we have our full-day kindergarten program.
And if somebody is interested either in the preschool program or the actually enrolling in the school, how would they get in touch with you or with the school for enrollment information?
Right. The best way, I think, is just to call and stop in, and then we'll give you an application packet, all the materials that you need to know. We're happy to show you around our school and talk with you about your particular child and answer any questions that you have about Grace Christian School.
Joyce, what's your phone number here?
It's 802-447-2233.
And that's not just for Bennington students, is
Right.
it? Okay.
We have students from about an hour radius from Massachusetts, New York, and Vermont. Yeah. And we expect to have enrollment grow as the news gets out that we've become fully accredited through the NEASC.
That was my next question.
Oh,
That was our big surprise. Okay.
The New England Association of Schools and Colleges, and through ACSI.
Well, I saw the sticker on your front door for the
Right.
first time, so congratulations.
Thank you. Hard work, but we're so thankful to finally meet that milestone.
Explain that a little bit more.
Accreditation is a process where an outside agency comes in and just examines every part of your business. They talk to parents, board members, students, teachers, and you go through an extensive self-study where you review your curriculum, your business procedures, and every single area. And then they take their report back to their committee, and the committee decides what steps need to be taken to make your school as strong as possible. And we're so thankful to receive full accreditation from both of those agencies. And we always knew we had a great, wonderful school here, but it's nice to hear other people confirm that. And when they walked in the building, they just reminded us what a gem we have here.
Yeah.
As far as a loving environment where students can get individual attention and a beautiful facility and dedicated teachers.
I feel that every time I walk in. You
Yeah.
know it's a different, special place.
Yeah.
What's your average class size?
Probably 12, about 12
So
students
it's
is
very
the
small
average.
classes
It's small,
too.
yeah.
And as we take you around with the camera, the facility is really amazing. Even when I walked into what used to be the pool,
Right.
is now the gym in the auditorium.
Right. Who knew?
couldn't
You
believe
could
it.
change the old
Yeah.
Ramada Inn into a beautiful facility like this.
I didn't feel like I was in Bennington.
Yeah.
It's really incredible.
Yeah.
And I think that we got the information, so you know how to, if you're interested in having your child come, the number to call.
Right. Do you have
and we're
scholarship?
looking- There are,
Yeah, there are scholarships available. That, again, you just fill out the application and submit it with your income tax form. It's based on need, but we try to help all families be able to afford this option of Christian education.
Okay, and how about transportation?
Transportation. Most parents bring their children, although we do provide busing to Williamstown and North Adams through Pownell with our own school bus. And then with New York State, there's busing from Hoosick Falls. And previously we've had busing through Cambridge. But the one student that lived within the radius between their house and our school, which has to be 15 miles, isn't attending this year. So we're looking for that particular student within 15 miles. We'll give you a 50% discount.
So if you live right over the Cambridge border,
Right.
now's the time
Right.
to call.
So we need our Cambridge bus back.
That's good,
Yeah.
especially to help save all those other families too, and those children.
Right,
that-
there's 14 other kids affected.
That's really important.
And the parents have said they're committed to come to drive them, but it is a big inconvenience,
Yeah.
especially for those with young children.
Now, if I have a student in Pownell, can I use or utilize that Williamstown bus?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So
there
if
is
I'm-
additional fee, but it is available.
If I'm on the
Yep.
bus route, I'm
Yep.
good.
Pownell,
Okay.
Williamstown, North Adams. Yep.
Fantastic. All right, well, that's it for the interview process. Now, if you wouldn't mind giving us
Showing
a
you
tour.
around? Okay.
We have, we can see the library, the science lab, which I know is particularly torn
Messy.
apart.
Yeah.
I peeked at it last time.
Yeah.
The music room.
Our chapel, the classrooms, the computer lab, and our
computer lab.
cafeteria.
Okay, fantastic. Well, take a tour with us. Okay, we're going to start the tour with a little quiz. For all of you who can think back maybe about 20 years, I want you to guess what room we're in. It's the one you're probably most familiar with. Joyce, what is the room right now?
Well, I'll give you a clue. It used to be called Bojangles, and it was painted black with purple trim and little fluorescent light bulbs all around. This was the bar of the restaurant.
Bojangles is after my time. I was like, Bojangles? No, it wasn't. This was Twist and Shout, and then it was Mason's Lounge, going
Wow.
way back.
All right.
But yeah, I remember that's where you probably met your husband or your wife.
A lot of people
Very
said that they were
common.
here a lot.
Yep. A lot of fun. But right now it's the science.
Right, so we're mixing up a different type of potion in here now. We have chemistry, physics, biology, earth science, all of them have a lab in this room. Yep.
And it's a spectacular room as far as equipment goes, setup and everything.
Right. Propane's hooked up and lots of room for experiments. Right now, all the storage from the 3rd and 4th floor has been moved down into here, so it's a disaster now. But we know our science teacher will be busy organizing it very soon.
And you're going to let us take a peek with the camera, even though I do recommend
Sure.
stopping once school is in session. It's a very impressive room. But you're right now it's a storage room.
Full of
but,
stuff, yeah.
Just take a peek. If nothing else, you'll recognize the architecture and remember the room we're in. And how many, this is, can it hold about 15 kids at a time?
Or 20.
Oh, up to 20.
Yeah.
All right. It's a nice sized room. And when I said earlier that it was the lounge at Ramada, this is only half the lounge.
Right.
Because in back is it a music?
The former dance
language
floor,
room?
that's our art room now.
Art room.
Yeah, we'll
you'll
take a look
recognize
in
the
there.
dance floor as the art room.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
I looked at it recently and thought, this is smaller than I remembered. But then I saw the back room also.
Right.
That looks familiar.
Yep.
All right, so that's the science lab, and now we'll head to
the art room, how
the
about?
dance floor,
Yeah.
the art room.
Yeah.
All right, quiz number 2. You might not recognize the closet behind me, but Joyce, you said it used to be the...
That was where the DJ turned records, if we all remember what they are.
Absolutely.
This was the dance floor, and we just walled it off from the bar, from the former bar.
It
Yeah.
looks, the only thing I even recognize is the soffit that goes
Yeah.
around. It's the
Yeah.
only thing that's recognizable,
Yeah.
where this used to be the dance floor. And of course, I do remember the DJ booth. But what are we in now?
This is our art room, and our students have art from kindergarten all up, art for half the year and pottery for half the year, and then our older students have a full credit of art. So yeah, a lot of beautiful things get made in this room.
It's a great room, and again, it's well supplied. It's nicely laid out. And is it 20 students can fit into the art class as well?
Yeah, easy.
That's great. Who's your current art teacher?
Christine Eldred. She'll be out maternity for the first few months of school, but she's done a great job with Masters of Art in teaching education, and she really loves her field and does a great job with it.
Oh, good to hear. All right, so far we've seen the science lab, the art room, and now we're going to head down the hallway to the banquet facility, which now makes up the music lab
And the cafeteria.
and the cafeteria.
Each senior class decorates one ceiling tile and leaves it here as a reminder of them.
Those are great. There's about how many of them? As I'm looking down the hallway, the
Right,
whole hallway
2005 was our first graduating class, so you
Was it?
can do the math, John, but
Well,
they
sort
want to
of.
leave their mark when they leave.
Yeah, that's great. Who started that idea? Was it
Our
one
art
of the
teacher,
students?
yeah,
the art
one of
teacher?
our teachers.
I enjoyed it. I went down the hall and had to stop and look at each one and look at the artistic change in every single year, but each one is really interesting.
Yeah.
All right, now we've moved around the corner into what used to be the ballroom, and it's broken into two different.
Right.
This is the music lab.
This is the music room where kids have music lessons and music classes. We're also reorganizing all the drama costumes over the summer and getting that organized for the fall.
And before we went on camera, you had mentioned that in this room, it's broken into 3 different sections,
Right.
but you do open it up for 2 big
Right.
functions per year.
This wall behind me opens up, and we have the silent auction here in the spring, and then we have our big craft fair, and they use this space in November. And I'm pretty sure when they're all open together, it's the biggest meeting area in Bennington.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it always was, too,
Yeah.
for the longest time. And I think there's plans for a bigger one coming down the road. But
Oh.
right now, it's still holding that title for about 30 years.
Okay.
And those dates, we were just talking about the dates for
Right.
both of those events, but Joyce, you have a website.
Yeah, you can find them on our website, which is gracechristianvt.org.
And the one coming up in the fall is November-ish?
Right, I think it's the Saturday before Thanksgiving, and we have these 3 rooms filled with vendors, the gym and the lobby. It's a wonderful craft fair, all with handmade items.
Okay, you just mentioned gym, so our next stop is we're going to take a look at the incredible gym. And here we are in the gym.
Right, the former swimming pool of the Ramada Inn.
We're actually staying on top of
I
where the
know.
swimming pool used to be.
You are.
And I noticed the whole wall went up was the first thing I noticed when I was watching the construction.
Yeah.
And it's amazing the vision somebody had.
Right,
taking
transformation.
what it used to be
Yeah.
and into this incredible facility.
Right.
Now, this serves as, it's basketball
Right.
court size.
Our 2 big sports are soccer and basketball, and we do compete against other schools. The boys' locker room, girls' locker room, and nurse's office all enter into this room. But we have gym classes in here, and also assemblies and concerts. We have graduation, senior graduation, the stage is still set up, and then we have kindergarten graduation, cap and gown, which is one of my
That's great.
favorite days.
That's great. Beautiful place. And is any of this facility available to the public?
Right. Lots of times people will use our facility and give a donation to cover the cost of it. They just have to arrange ahead of time with the business office.
Great. So if you're looking for a large area, a large space, make sure you include Grace Christian as you're looking for the spot. These rooms are very, very large. The equipment I have is very professional, and even the sound quality, Alicia's not even making us use microphones today. So our next stop is going to be either the cafeteria.
Let's look there.
Okay. Next stop is the kitchen, which is probably recognizable to also many people in Bennington, because a lot of you used to work here. And it looks pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Except it's full of food and it's a lunch line.
Right.
How does this work?
Right. Well, right now, the mission team that's here has left all their groceries out for tonight.
The mission team, I'm sorry to interrupt, doing the construction for our second half.
Right, right. And they're painting and getting organized and doing a sports camp in Pownell.
Oh, good.
But typically, kids come in the line here and they can either choose salad bar or a delicious hot lunch. We have all fresh food, vegetable, dessert, fruit, and then milk on the way out. And then there's a la carte items for the older students that like to buy a little bit of extra. But great food here. I think the favorites are probably tacos and shepherd's pie, spaghetti, pizza, burgers. But a lot of people go for the salad bar. And we're trying to promote healthy eating by having hard-boiled eggs and cottage cheese, fruit, and salad as a really attractive option.
And you do all the prep right here?
Right here, yeah.
Oh, good. That's good food. And you offer, you said, some type of cooking classes.
Right. With our elective program, very often there's cooking classes that are offered, and the kids can come in here and make things. And for fundraisers, a lot of times, they'll make different things and put their hand in the kitchen.
Yeah, just amazing, amazing facility. Just
Yeah.
did such a nice job. That whole area back there's been changed. So they come out of here and they next head into
The cafeteria.
and that's where they'll head next. And Joyce, where are we now?
This is our cafeteria. We have K through 3rd grade eat together first, and they fill up about half of it. And then the 3rd through 6th graders eat lunch, they fill up half of it. But when our middle school and high school students eat here, the whole place is packed and a little on the loud side.
Oh, bet. So you have 3 seatings?
3 different lunches are served here. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Joyce, what beautiful room are we in now?
Thank you. This is our library, the former restaurant of the Ramada Inn. So where there are bookshelves now, there used to be booths. And
Right.
where over there used to be the salad bar.
That's right. That's funny. The fireplace is still there.
Fireplace is still there, a good home for plants, not burning
Absolutely.
books.
Yeah, it used to blow back. We were just talking about it before I went on camera. I think I could live in this room. It's just such a beautiful room. And your selection, the books you got is incredible.
Yeah, yep,
It's really amazing. How do the students use this room? Just other than the library,
right.
I see that there's lots of work
Right.
spaces.
Well, that section over there is geared towards older students that are looking at different colleges. So there's a college information center there. But mostly it's elementary students that come in as a special. They have different specials as part of their regular school day. And library time is one that they really look forward to, where they can come in and choose a book and hear a story and meet the librarian and learn a little bit about how to use the library. Other specials that they have are Spanish, gym, art, music, computer, yeah.
And I said computer, or you said computer, which I noticed when we came in here. There's a computer lab, but there's also, it looks like a computer lab in here.
Right, a computer station over in the corner that some students can do when they're doing research.
So just for reference, and
Yeah.
that's what they can use that for. All right, well, Alicia's going to take you on a little tour of the library. Let's just see what this room really looks like. It's a really fantastic choice.
Thank you.
We're now in the chapel.
Right, our students have chapel once a week. They come in and have a time of praise music and singing and a special speaker. The elementary students take turns practicing a favorite skit or song, and then their teacher kind of ties it together with a biblical message. So it's a highlight of the week for the kids.
Yeah,
One separate one for elementary and then one separate one for the older students.
And we're standing on a tiered system of
Right.
levels here, and normally there's chairs.
Usually there's those black chairs that we saw in the gym are lined up here. We just purchased those, so if you want to purchase a chair in honor of someone or have a different plaque that you can buy a chair in honor of someone, just
Okay.
contact the office.
So you can, right now, you can
Yeah, it's
dedicate one
ongoing.
of the chairs.
Yep.
And again, just call the number we gave. We'll give that again for the school if you don't
Right,
mind.
447-2233.
Fantastic. And I was just telling Joyce before I went on camera, this was always my favorite room in the hotel. It's just such a really cool layout, and you just renovated it too.
Last summer we renovated it, painted it, and put different carpet in, took out the counters that were used as a classroom lecture hall style, and just like the intimacy of a smaller room for our chapel time.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. And then Alicia's going to pan over and show you, this is...
student worship music equipment.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
I've got to check
the
that out.
The bongos too.
Oh, fantastic. That's my favorite part of any service is the worship part, so it looks like you guys are well equipped.
Yeah, they do a great job.
Yeah, beautiful room. So our next two stops, computer lab, and then finally we'll show you what one of the classrooms look like.
This is our preschool playground for young students in preschool through kindergarten. And I especially love the little church that was built by the class of 2007 and left it as their gift to the school. Computer lab, and there's another one just like it upstairs for the upper school students. All of our computers were donated by GE of Schenectady, and this formerly were 2 bedrooms that we've combined together into one lab.
Yeah, now you have, I'm looking, there's like 30 stations in this room right here.
20-something.
And you have another classroom just like
right
this.
Upstairs.
Amazing. Yeah. Good for GE. It's some spectacular equipment. I'm imagining that this room gets lots of use.
It does get
nowadays.
a lot of use, yeah.
Yeah. That is great. And do they use it as classroom space, or can they also use it for free time or study and research?
All of the above, but most of the time they come in as a special, and the teacher teaches them how to use different programs, their typing skills, and it gets more and more as the students get older. The little kids spend very little time actually in here, but then as they grow, they're in here more.
Yeah. And is there a specific teacher for this room, or
yes.
is the teacher? Oh, there is.
Yeah, yeah.
And who's that?
Oh, right now it's Mrs. Stearns.
Oh, very good. Yeah, it's really a beautiful room. Incredibly equipped.
Thank you.
It's nice to hear you have 2 of them too.
And air conditioned.
And is the whole school air
No,
conditioned?
just the computer lab.
Oh, of course. Computers need
and
air
the office.
conditioning.
And my office.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good choice on both of
Yeah.
them. All right, so the next stop, our final stop, is one of the classrooms. And then we'll look at one of the ones on the first floor?
Sure.
Okay. First floor classroom?
This is our 3rd grade classroom. No desks. They're out in the hall. We're cleaning the carpet.
All right.
But a typical size, and this was 2 hotel bedrooms that have been combined together into a nice sized classroom. See, we're using the dressers for storage. They were in the hotel classrooms, yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, so you have windows to the classrooms too. Some of them, it looks, has
Well,
a nice look to it
in the door and in the hallway, so people can see going by. And love the view outside. We have the best view in the world out in Bennington.
Willow Park is right behind the
Willow Park and the beautiful stream. Yeah.
Oh, right. The Furnace Brook.
Right.
That's right. Yeah, nice room. And there are how many classrooms?
Oh boy,
There,
I don't know.
quiz.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
We're,
used to be
K
104
through 6.
hotel rooms.
Right, but we only have the first 2 floors developed, so we have K through 6 downstairs, and then the middle school and high school upstairs.
Okay, that's it. Oh, you separate the lower classes
Right,
first.
middle school and high school are on the 2nd floor.
All right, and Joyce, in between going from the chapel to this room, we thought of one more place in the school that's
Let it be
really...
a surprise.
Okay, very special spot. So follow us to one more stop
All
before
right.
we say goodbye.
Yeah. This is the former laundry room of the
This is the
hotel.
laundry room, and there's a
And
lot of you that were down here as well. So
And now it's our pottery studio.
this is great. What am I sitting at?
You're sitting at one of the mechanical wheels, but there's also electric wheels and our kiln in the back room. So Patty Hertzfeld is our pottery teacher, and the kids really enjoy it.
I'll bet. It looks like a fun room. Again, it's well supplied. And how many kids take pottery? Is that
Right, 3rd grade and up, they have art for half the year and pottery for half the year, and then the middle school and high school students can choose pottery as an elective year-round.
great? It seems like it would be a really interesting thing to take.
Better than laundry, right? Better than dirty laundry.
That was like a never-ending job in a hotel with those giant machines. Were they here when you bought the school?
Yeah.
And turned it into this room. It's in a good location too, being at the end of the building.
Right.
Right off the end.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to show you one more shot of just the where the kiln is. It's too loud to talk in here. So we'll close out the show down here in the pottery. And Joyce, or the pottery class?
Studio.
Joyce, thank you very much for taking us on a tour of this beautiful school. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. And earlier when I said we're going to cover 2 subjects right here in one building, I should have explained it a little better. This is a full show, but we're going to have a full 1-hour show for the month of August. So Joyce, again, thanks for giving us a whole 30 minutes here.
You're welcome.
See beautiful Grace Christian one more time. The number is?
802-447 2233. You can check us out on the web, www.gracechristianvt.org.
Thanks again, and thanks for joining us.